Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people and my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from February the 13th of 1988. I'm sitting here with Doc and Hardbody Harper. As usual, we just cut a very fun Patron episode about the Dean Ambrose and Jon Moxley situation and his interviews on Wade Keller's show and on Chris Jericho, Talk is Jericho. And it was a fun discussion. So we kind of got Harper's point of view and Doc's point of view and mine. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. With that said, let me welcome in Mr. Doc himself. How you doing, Doc?
Happy birthday to us.
It's a week ago at this point.
Oh.
But it is actually today, since we recorded a week
I'm confused. When do I celebrate?
Well, if it's your birthday
when do
month,
when do I get to get blackout drunk?
Well, it is your birthday month, so how about you just celebrate right now and keep it moving?
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so I saw something crazy on ROH recently.
What?
Well, it's back on local TV down here. So I saw Kenny King beat Jay Lethal with Jay Lethal's move, man. It was good to. I'm just trying to. Here's the thing, and we talked about it in the pre-show. I'm just starting to realize after watching the product with the boy that it's time to start exposing him to the different strains of the product. And so I watched some ROH the other night for the first time. It was good to be back. I missed it.
Shit, that's a great idea to do that with him.
So, like, he's been drinking, like, Bud Light, so now it's time to say, look, dude,
here's an IPA. Try that.
Right. I mean, you don't got to drink this fucking frat boy fucking keg party crap anymore. It's time to grow up.
Here's some unicorn horn spiked Wicked Ale IPA from the...
So, Doc, when you gave him some... not gave him some beer, obviously. I got to make that clear. Doc did not give his kid beer. When you watched Little ROH...
He won't drink it.
No. When you watched ROH, what did he think? Or because it was kind of late. It comes on late here.
Yeah, but I have this thing called a DVR.
I know. I wasn't sure if he only watched a few minutes of it, like when it started.
Yeah, he only watched a few minutes because he's largely disinterested because he's brand loyal to the WWE. So
wow.
that's the when you don't know
all the toys and all that.
He has a John Cena doll or a little action figure and a ring and a couple of New Day folks and
that's nice.
And Elias and in it came a Bob Orton Jr. So he has Bob Orton Jr., which he knows as obviously Randy Orton's dad.
Well, y'all got a Five Below around y'all? Y'all have those?
A what?
A Five Below?
They're not a lot, but yes, Harper.
Yeah, they got the wrestling figures there for $5.
Oh, that's good to know. We go to Target usually. That's usually where my wife can be found.
That's where she hemorrhages the money. Yes.
Right. So, anyway, enough about that. Harper, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. I've been playing Asteroids.
Yeah, buddy.
And Centipede and Tempest and Crystal Castles.
So how are you accessing all these fine vintage games?
On like one of them arcade games from Walmart. It's fucking crazy.
How much did that cost?
It was paid. Was it $150? I got it off of Let Go. And fuck, I want to get another one.
Does it have Galaga on it?
No.
Galaga's
yeah, no. Fuck, man. I shouldn't have got it because now I fucking want to get the other ones.
Yeah, here's another hot take on old video games. Centipede was overrated.
It was all right, you know.
I mean, let's be real. The old Atari games were very much overrated.
Yeah.
Not then. Man, you had channels.
Right,
you were waiting for your 47 minutes a week of territory wrestling. That game Adventure was like Legend of Zelda when you were 7 because it was all you had. It was to kill those dragons that look like ducks.
Yes.
And get the arrow sword. Man, that was the bomb.
Dude, we used to sit there all night. On Fridays and Saturday nights, I would sleep over at my friend Mark's house, so we would just play Dig Dug and Jungle Hunt and Asteroids all fucking night.
I still got my Atari 2600 and the games.
It's the wood one with the wood grain?
Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
I still got that. I still got my Nintendo, my regular Nintendo, and my PS2 and an Xbox and a PS4. And I'm not even a big gamer. I got all that shit long after it came out because when you're poor, you got to kind of wait a while.
Yeah.
That's what started me, Michael, my not being a late adopter of technology. I'll be into Twitter in a couple of years.
Oh, good luck with that, Doc. Harper, let's talk about it now. June 22nd, Wildkat Sports.
June 22nd, we'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll just need the edge of it.
I think personally it'll be worth it to go just to see Tracy Smothers curse and act a complete ass at the Shenanigans in New Orleans. Tracy Smothers is an utter fool when it comes to the X-rated shows when he literally doesn't have.
I had a question for you, pal. Everybody wants to see Tracy, but the bigger question is, what's the Menace gonna do with the franchise?
I ain't worried about no Shane Douglas, man.
All right, well,
bro, you should go You should go on fucking eBay, get an old fucking Michael Vick jersey, and then and some
put on 85 pounds.
Yeah, put on 85 pounds and get in there and get a chair shot and be like, I'm Menace Mike, and they're like, just crickets.
Not if Harper comes out with him and manages him. That'll be to a standing ovation.
That's nice, Harper.
Man, that's tough, man. I thought we were all pals here. Harper just said, you and Steve Austin go back to your generation. It's me and Dean Ambrose's time.
That's right.
Sure.
If you want to hear more about that, their time is up. Your time is now. If you want to hear more discussion about that, you should become a patron. How did they do that?
tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Literally, there were a ton of patron episodes dropped in the month of May, and we're off to a running start again in June. We'll just leave it at that. But seriously, June 22nd, Wildkat Sports, Wildkat X-rated. You got to be 21 to get in, so I just want to point that out. You got to be 21. It's only for adults, and that's why it's called X-rated. It is basically in a big, huge bar, so that's why you got to be 21, and there's that. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Language will be strong on that one. Shane Douglas, Tracy Smothers, Colt Cabana. It's gonna be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to going.
Hard body Harper.
That's right.
Come on, Mike.
I'm gonna be badass.
If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, go to wildkatsports.com or go to the Wildkat Facebook page and Wildkat Sports and Entertainment Facebook page, and you can get them, and it'll be a great night. I know a bunch of people are coming that listen to the show, so if you bought your tickets already, great. If you haven't gotten them yet, I suggest you do so rather quickly because they are going pretty damn fast. So. There we go.
Well, do I still have time? If I can wiggle away, I could hop in the car with you and
see.
What do you think,
Mike? Bring Mrs. Doc too.
Huh?
Why don't you bring LaFonda?
Jesus, why would I want to do that?
I know.
Well, I mean, you're going to New Orleans. You're going to New Orleans. You say your wife loves New Orleans. You love New Orleans. I think Sasha's coming with me. So
what did you do to deserve that?
I don't know, man. I just got hit with it this week. So there's that.
That's nice.
So I figure you and I sit in the front seat. We throw them two broads in the back, let them yap. You and I put on our, headphones, and we don't have to listen to them while they're back there. I guarantee you, bruh, those broads could talk for 8 hours straight without coming up for air.
Well, she's going to love Tracy, huh?
I love her. Jeez. All I thought when you said that was out of nowhere, Mike would play a drop of that fiddle start for music.
We're proud you, Rebel, because the South's going to do it again.
Okay, so here's a question. Has Sasha ever heard Charlie Daniels music in her life?
I don't know, man. Come on now.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Harper.
No.
No is the answer. And I would love to see. That's what y'all need to do is you need to play that for her and see what her first just visceral reaction is.
No thanks. And let me tell y'all something. See how Doc likes to keep this discussion in the beginning of the show going? He's going to be the main one ready to wrap this puppy up in about an hour.
Hey, we didn't get to 4 years of all being best friends here with turning on each other. So fine, dude. Let's go to the big show.
Yeah, right. Okay. So shout out to our largest patron contributors monthly, Disrespectfully Classy, Marquis Blassie, and Hall of Fame patron K_Row86, Kyle Riley, and Mike Childry. Thank you for your patronage. Also, a bunch of people moved over to Patreon or bumped up their tier this week again. So thank you for everyone who moved over to Patreon and to the new patrons as well. Tim Westcott, new patron. Todd, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Kuhn, but I could be wrong. Keune. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Seriously, Todd, thank you, though, man. I appreciate you becoming a Patreon member. Someone signed up on Podbean, HAJHVC. So appreciate it, but you'll get a lot more stuff if you move over to Patreon because you get the video reviews there. Scott Lewis, new Patreon member. Lee Russell, longtime Patreon member, bumped up his tier. And Rick Beebe, thanks for signing up and welcome you to the BTT Hall of Fame wing of the show, and thank you for your support. Robbie Dyson, longtime patron, existing Patreon member, bumped up his pledge and is now a Hall of Fame Patreon member as well. So thank you, Robbie. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the interaction on the Facebook page as well, fellas. Facebook page.
It's true, guys. Let's talk about this. What other podcast do you listen to that not only is so regular, but you don't even have to reach for that fast forward button because you are the commercials here. So there you go. Your patronage is why we don't have commercials. That's it. The only reason. We've turned down some big names, but you're the reason.
Yeah. We turned down Coca-Cola.
Mars bars.
Well, Coca-Cola told us no because of the gangsters.
Right.
Do y'all know why I said that?
Yes, that's what Horner told.
Because that's what Horner claims happened in Smoky Mountain. That's why Smoky Mountain couldn't get their sponsorship with Coke because the gangsters were turning it up. And yeah, so there's that. Okay. Doc, you got anything before we jump into the show?
Let's roll, pal. I couldn't do it. I said earlier I wasn't going to drink tonight, but I only got some beers. So while I went to go between the pre-show, I'm ready to.
You're an alcoholic. Of course you did.
That's not classy.
He's a functioning alcoholic. Get it right.
Yeah.
All right, so we jump into things this particular week. Again, it is February 13th, 1988. I do want to remind you, I mentioned the patrons a second ago, but to become one, you go to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. That's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. We are over 200 episodes now just on the Patreon feed. So lots of stuff, lots of content. Think you'll enjoy it. Really, really good. Some with myself and Harper, some with me and Doc, some with me and Lance, some with all three of us. Lots of stuff there. So thank you for joining if you have done so. And if you're thinking about it, thank you for considering. So this show starts out, and I'll share my screen 1 second, fellas. This show starts out with kind of a replay of what we've seen recently of JJ getting beat down by Sting from a couple of weeks ago when Sting challenged Flair. They then cut into the studio. Tony tells us Shane Douglas will be here today. And Douglas was Rookie of the Year in 1986. So point that out. And oh my God, if you're going to watch on the video version that I post, wait till you see Douglas looking like he is 12 years old. But that's that. All right. Do you have anything from the opening, Doc?
No, sir.
Nothing? Okay.
No.
Hopper, anything from you, or are you ready to go to Corny?
Let's go.
All right. Let's go to Cornette. He runs in very early on, and let's see what he's got to say.
For me, let's go to the ring, fans. Whoa, wait a second. I don't want to talk to you.
I want to talk to you.
We almost made it.
Almost got out of it.
We almost made it.
Let me tell you something, David. Being an alleged TV commentator like you are, or supposed to be, you should be impartial. You should realize these men are the greatest tag team in wrestling. You should realize that when they get a victory, they deserve to have it acknowledged. Well, there's a match being shown all over national television that just happened recently between Beautiful Bobby and Dusty Rhodes, and the fact of the matter is that Beautiful Bobby beat Dusty Rhodes right there in the middle of that ring, and he should be the U.S. champion, but no, the referee was paid off, so he started the match over, and he gave Dusty Rhodes a cheap little win. Well, let me tell you this right now, brother. The Midnight Express, in addition to being United States Tag Team Champions, are coming after that U.S. title, and they're going to get it one way or another, regardless of who tries to cheat us out of it. And you talk about tag teams, talk about the Garvins, but why bother? We beat them like red-headed stepchildren for the past year and a half. They got a good chance of having Medicare and Social Security by the time they got the U.S. belts around their waist. I could talk about the Lightning Express, but those punks are just a couple of guys trying to steal a name that we have founded, that we perfected, that we made famous, just like so many others have tried and failed. I could talk about this new dream team, Barry Windham and Lex Luger, a couple of real nice-looking guys. Well, let me tell you something, Windham and Luger. I bet your heck on the dance floor. You got great hair. You look real good. Get in the ring with the Midnight Express, and brother, we'll beat that hair off of you, and we'll show the total package just exactly how to get wrapped up. And I want to say one more thing before I go. You know, the Midnight Express were down there at the Cheetah 3 in Atlanta last night, and the parking lot of that place looked like the aftermath of an earthquake evacuation, with all the females crawling all over themselves, trying to get to the Gangster of Love and the Sultan of Swing. But the fact of the matter is, it's lonely at the top, brother, because we're United States Tag Team Champions. We have been for almost a year now. There's no tag team in professional wrestling, nobody on the horizon capable of taking these belts off. The superpowers, you want to talk about the superpowers? I got a milk carton back there. There are pictures on it, brother. They're missing. They can't be found. They're nowhere around. We beat them up a half a dozen times, and now they don't want to step foot in the ring with the Midnight Express. And by the way, Dick Murdoch, he's not here today. I know y'all will breathe a sigh of relief. There was a little altercation last week at the Crystal Pistol Saloon in Amarillo, Texas. But don't worry, my mother's attorneys are working on it, and Captain Dick will be out. We'll be back by next week. I promise you that. They have assured me they're going to spare no expense. So in short, like I said, a bunch of Maytag repairmen is what we are, because it's lonely at the top. Nobody capable of taking these belts. Nobody capable of besting the best bounty hunter professional wrestling, Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. And you got a guy in the ring right now that I'm anxious to see wrestle one half of the World Tag Team Champions, and my man James J. Dillon. And I'm going to go sit down and watch one of the only other people in this profession that has the class that we do. See you later. Hey, David, why don't you act like the sheep herders and get the flock out of here?
Doc, your thoughts on Corny right there?
I don't have a clue what Corny was talking about. I was too busy watching Stan Lane just score repeatedly without plays being run for him. How great was he right there? Seriously.
You gotta explain what he's doing for the people who
Okay, there's a couple of things he's doing. First of all, he's sitting there reading the run sheet like he's approving how this thing's gonna go. He's like reading it like, oh, okay, sure, I like this. He's just sitting there reading it. Then he's staring out in the crowd, throwing the two fingers up to a couple people. We don't know if he's saluting some brides or planning a hookup for later. Then his little shoulder strap comes undone on his Midnight Express. Not really a robe. It's kind of a shirt robe, a shobe.
He undid it, Doc. It didn't come undone.
Okay.
He unbuckled it.
Well, that's what made me think that he was signaling the ladies is like, okay, so what he did two fingers is like, you want to see what you're dealing with here. So he undoes it would be like a girl taking a strap down off of her bra or shirt. Just, he's ridiculous the whole time. And so Corny's out there going a mile a minute, but I was fixated on Stan's Nonsense.
My exact note was he's showing off his nipple to some broad in the crowd.
Girls don't like nipples.
No.
Well, I'm just saying. How would you have from it?
I think it was like the 220 mark where he's like scanning the crowd for fucking women.
Oh,
yeah. Where he's like looking like, yeah, I hit that one. That one.
Yeah, there he goes. He's got his periscope up. Oh, Jesus.
I was thinking when he mentions the fucking milk carton, and I'm thinking someone who's like 30 years old or fucking younger has no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Nobody that's that young's watching it still.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, how long ago was that when they used to put the fucking missing children on the back of milk cartons?
Wow.
I figured we just solved that problem and there was no more missing children or milk cartons.
That's nice.
You always have to be an asshole?
Well, I just figured once we stopped having real milk cartons, it was all plastic. People stopped abducting children. Did I get that wrong?
You got that wrong, Mr. PhD.
There's no platform to broadcast that.
I'd
always get mad when I get my mom would get milk and there was some kid missing on the side. I was like, I liked it better when there was like a picture of Doug Cosby from the Cowboys or Tony Dorsett or something.
You're an asshole. You know
what?
Wow.
I didn't understand how I was a kid. I didn't understand how serious of a problem that was.
Okay. Fair enough.
I used to wonder if any of them got fucking found from that.
Now that I used to wonder.
Well, probably eventually, but who says they were alive?
That's nice.
But no, for real, I did used to wonder that, like if they.
How effective is this advertising?
Right.
Is what you're saying?
Well, no,
that's fair.
I wouldn't call it advertising.
I would.
Okay.
A tactic.
Okay. Something I forgot to play at the end of that. JR hits another funny line about Cornette at the end of that promo. Here it is.
Let's go to the ring. I thought we were going to stand there all day with him. What a piece of work. He talked about the hands of stone, the man with the belly of jelly, Jim Cornette.
That's nice.
And his peach jacket. Okay, Arn Anderson.
Okay, so I just don't recall. Again, I said this, I think, last week before. I really don't recall JR being as funny as he was, making fun of Cornette, and that's real funny. He hits him with that's real classy. So I just wanted to play that real quick. So anyway, all right, we keep going. Did you have anything from Arn Anderson as he defeated John Savage? Either one of you, Hopper?
Not really.
Cock, you?
About Arn?
Yeah, defeated John
Savage.
Match.
It was a good match because John Savage is a little bit more than just your average enhancement talent.
Yeah, it was good. They went for a little while, so
they did, and he fought back a little bit. I like that. That was a good little tussle.
They went for a good 4 minutes. I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but
when you used to have Magnum out there dropping people in 24 seconds, 4 minutes is a 60-minute match. 18
seconds, 16 seconds. Yep, exactly. Okay, let's go to JJ and Arn Anderson right here. Arn's cutting a promo with JJ after his match.
Ladies and gentlemen, they say the horsemen rule wrestling. And in that ring, you can see exactly why.
I guess you would have to describe it almost, David, as poetry in motion. Because that's what I perceived. And, of course, the only thing missing today is the co-holder of the World Tag Team titles. I'm talking about Mr. Tully Blanchard. He's been away on a little respite, if you would, on Maui out in the islands, soaking up a little sun because, frankly, the Horsemen and myself in particular, AA, have had a real problem trying to find worthy contenders for the two of you to defend the World Tag Team titles.
JJ, that's exactly correct. If you check the records, in the month of January and the month of February, so far, we've probably had 3 title matches. Simply because these belong to us. I don't know if it's you people out there don't have what it takes to come after something this prestigious, knowing full well these being our meal tickets, exactly what you're getting into. I don't know the theory behind it, but the one thing I do know, there's 3 individuals that are trying to manifest themselves to a level equaling the Horsemen. That's you, Sting, It's you, Luger. It's you, Barry Windham. Now, you're all great-looking guys. You're all great athletes. But the bottom line is, you're coming after the unit, the most elite wrestling machine ever formulated. I'm talking about the cream of the crop, the franchise, the Four Horsemen, with James J. Dillon being the brains behind it all. Now, you want to manifest yourself as movie stars, glamour boys, fan favorites, and last of all, saviors for everybody across this land that wants to fight what we consider our lifestyle called capitalism. That means you can have anything on God's earth and feel good enough to go out and achieve it. A wise man once told me, he said, any man, any professional man that has anything in his life doesn't do it in 40 hours. It takes 60, 80, 100 hours a week to be what you want to be. That's being the best. Well, Wyndham, just because you and Luger and Sting say that you're ready to tackle the Horsemen, keep in mind, you're three distinct egos, all very big. What we are three individuals, just like I manifested myself to be a great singles wrestler, as Flair and Tully are. That's the reason when we combine to be a great team. The bottom line where we're concerned is sacrifice each other, sacrifice our ego, and sacrifice, last but not least, you to meet our eventual ends. That's the reason we have always been and always will be the franchise, the Horsemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, Eddie Gilbert.
All right, Doc, what are your thoughts on Arn and JJ right there?
I thought Arn started off slow and then picked up steam. He also was spewing some of that bullshit that the Booker man at everybody's job is trying to pitch at him. This whole, you can't get it done in 40. We need more. Man, get the fuck out of here. That shit. You're paying me for 40. You're lucky that you get that.
That's nice.
He was spewing off the capitalism manifesto.
Boy, no kidding. But you know what? You ever know those people that be like, man, I work 80 hours a week. Bro, run the numbers on that shit.
Yeah.
That's almost 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Some people do. I know a couple that do. And you know what?
Right.
I get just as much done in 40. And I come home and I have a podcast and I have a life and I drink beer. Yeah.
So you're knocking the working man is what you're doing right now.
I'm knocking the sap that thinks they're getting ahead by putting in free hours down at the job site.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, fuck that.
See?
People do that?
No, his babyface turn is over is what's happening.
No. I think our listeners are smart to this gimmick too. I mean, you think Mullet Morton is down at the warehouse just sweeping up for free?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. If we're talking time and a half, now that's a different story. I mean, that's still getting paid for your labor.
So some people are salaried, and I agree. If you're salaried, and
that's what I'm talking about. I just assumed that all of our distinguished listeners were on a salary here.
No, you didn't think. You thought wrong. I
remember one of our listeners a couple of years ago getting mad at me for making fun of your associate's degree and saying he made more money than me. I just assumed that's a salary job and that they're all. That guy was like from New Jersey or something, but we won't hold that against him. I'm just saying, if you're up there where your job 50 hours, 55 hours a week, and you got a salary job, you better be seeing an immediate return up the ladder to make that extra cash, or you're just in the hamster wheel running. Am I wrong? Mike, are we going to get in the car later and go up and seize the means of production?
Okay, Karl Marx.
This is good because the thing he pointed out that I thought was a very subtle line, and I do think he was a little bit winded. That match went long that we just talked about, and JJ bought him some time at the beginning. We hear Tully's out today, but the one thing, the line that he thought that he cut that I thought was really good was when he talked about Wyndham and Luger and Sting, and said he said y'all got three egos, That's going to be important later on, right?
It will be. It will be important.
And that's a real tucked in line there, but it's pointing out that, hey, y'all got the egos, but we sacrifice our egos for what it is we want. Can you do that?
Yeah. No. You got a good. It's a good point. It's a good point. Harper, what'd you have from Arn?
Is this when Tully starts to kind of disappear?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But man, we are in the calendar year of them going to the WWF, and if that doesn't depress the hell out of you, I don't know.
Yeah,
what would.
no. That's what I'm thinking. Like, fuck, where is he?
I was looking at that earlier last week, just like, man, why?
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff.
Because here's the thing. You know the whole famous story when Shawn Michaels threatened to go to WCW, or maybe it was Brett or one of them. I don't know. And Vince told him they don't know what to do with you down there.
Brett, this is Brett.
Yeah, they won't know what to do with you down there, man. If there's ever a guy that the WWF wouldn't know what to do with, it is Arn Anderson.
I don't know. I mean, him and Tully were successful there as a tag team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they. I mean, you act like they went there and got buried. Hello? I mean, they were champs, Doc. What do we? What's your point? I'm really trying to figure out what your point is.
He should have stayed home with his people in the South.
He should have stayed home with this promotion that was financial troubles, selling Turner. Then let's not even get into what happens in 89, 90. I mean,
wonder how much more he made.
Hey, I'm sure he's talked about that on some type of shooting somewhere.
I don't know.
I feel like he has. I don't know. I don't really know. If anybody knows, let us know. There you go. Who knows? But the one that really got the I don't want to say raw end of the deal, but it was when they left and then they came back. Tully was the one who he basically lost his money because of his issues. Because he ended up not coming back to WCW. We'll get to that in a few years, but yeah. All right. Did you have anything else from Arn right there, Harper?
Nah.
All right. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, if you're watching on Patreon, defeated David Isley right there with the hot shot. And then we go straight from that to Magnum, who's interviewing Dusty. Here it is.
Tremendous win by this big man right here, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. But right now, one of his partners is down. Talking about one of the six-man World Tag Team Champions, Rubber Animal, is hurt.
Well, Magnum, I'm not out here right now to talk about my credentials or talk about Bobby Eaton or the Midnight Express or anybody else. What I want to talk about is Paul Jones and the thugs he's got running around with $50,000. My man, one of my main men, the Street Brother, Animal's down now, hospitalized. Bitch press contest, that's a bunch of bull. Animal, Hulk are the strongest two men in their heart, outside of their heart, in this country. And it's not going to go by the wayside because you seem to forget, Paul Jones, that Dusty Rhodes is a third of the world's six-man tag team champions. Now then, I take it upon personally, Dusty Rhodes take it upon himself, now then, to join the fight. Barbarian Warlord Ivan Koloff. Now then, you got to deal with the Hawker, Paul Ellering, Dusty Rhodes, and yes, Animal, and you ain't gonna like what you got to deal with, and it ain't gonna be pretty. And anybody else that wants to step in the squad sucker, if you will, with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, for the U.S. title, Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko, smut, dirt-ridden baby doll, if you will, then Dusty Rhodes, the man right here, brother. The Tower of Power, the American Dream. There is no other. There is no other, Daddy. Is alive and well. And from here on out, we start taking care of business in 1988. And when I get through with this thing here, Meg, I'm going to go find out about Hockey, Animal, and Paul because, brother, in my heart and soul, I know deep down that them boys, when they come back from this thing, it's going to be dues to pay, no matter where it's at. You remember Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, told you, Paul Jones, you better sleep well at night because it's coming for you.
Doc, thoughts on Dusty right there?
I don't really have any. Yeah.
He's mad that they heard Animal. That's why I played it, and he's coming.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
I tell you, The fucking Magnum's got to straighten up his fucking tie, huh?
Maybe he can't.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, he fucking looks like the guy that's like...
I think his bigger concern is trying to straighten out that arm.
That's nice. That's fucked up.
Are you always an asshole? And he's laughing, Harper. He thinks it's funny.
That's up.
It really is.
I don't know what you want me to say.
You're an asshole. You're just an asshole.
That's nice.
It's always, I always know that I've done a good job when I can get No Sell Menace to sell something.
No, I feel like a lot of times for our listeners out there, when you say
they love me out there. Look at Fritz.
The only one that loves you is Fritz von Malky. Other than that, a lot of them don't really like you. So whatever.
So you're saying that I should turn heel again?
I don't know what you should do. I think you should grow up or something. I don't know.
Too late.
All right. There was a match after Dusty. It was Hawk who wrestled in a singles match against Ryan Wagner and Keith Steinborn. And Hawk is pissed about Animal being injured, and he's taking it out on those two poor saps. And he won pretty quickly. And then they go to a promo with Ellering and Hawk, and I've kind of fast forwarded it to the Hawk portion, and Hawk's pretty damn serious here. Here he is.
Been clocking? Is Paul Jones' army still riding the crest? Are they still feeling what they think is the thrill of victory? Well, get ready for the agony of defeat, because you messed with two of the rottenest, most screwed up in the head scumbags that have been ever walking this planet, that don't care what anyone thinks and never have. We came up from the bottom to get to the top. You didn't come from anywhere. You came from scum. You are scum. You will pay, and you will pay at the hands of the Legion of Doom and Dusty Rhodes, Philadelphia, a home away from home for the LOD. Have you been counting your blessings? Well, I hope to hell you have, but you can quit counting them now, because it's time for payback, and payback is fun for us, but not for you.
Barry Windham's coming up next.
Harper, any thoughts on Hawk right there, who is pissed off?
Yeah, man. Payback would be fun for us, but not for you. Wasn't that fucking great?
It was. It just makes you think, like, holy crap, are they going to take out a fillet knife and, gut them?
Mm-hmm. It's going to suck for you, but we're going to love every goddamn second of it.
Yeah.
What's great is how he took the script and really put emotion into it.
Yeah, see? Okay. I bet Crockett was in the back and said, here, Hawk.
Here's your lines.
Try this.
They just say this, and then at the 30-second mark, look into the camera and move your left hand up.
And my point there is, it really doesn't matter what he says on some level, other than if he did the Roman Reigns yabba dabba doo, or suffering succotash, was that it?
That was it.
Because Hawk oozes intensity and just, Jesus Christ. I don't care what he says. I believe it.
I think I agree with you. He's just, we've said it from day one about him. He's just so intense. It's incredible.
My thing is, though, and it goes back to that when he came into Smoky Mountain, he had that high-pitched voice on his promos, and here it's such a deep growl. Oh, here's my people. Go to minute 26. Oh, there she is. There she is. Run it back. Yeah, that kind of looks like Sasha, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, no. Run it back. Let's see her again. Run it back 26, man.
Calm down. Damn, Doc.
Okay, so what does Mike Menace think of her?
She looks like Oprah.
No, she doesn't.
She's like that kind of...
She dressed like one of them white girls from that time period with the stonewashed jacket on.
But
she looks very conservative.
It's the wintertime, Harper. Maybe she's.
Yeah. What is that? Conservative. What even? She believes in supply side economics, or she's for a strong military, or
no?
I don't.
He means she's dressed up and she doesn't have it all hanging out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's
a nice genuine smile.
That's what I thought. It was a very nice smile from her. Those
She's
are
not
some big
wearing
earrings, though.
She's not wearing leggings, fighting some other black chick in the street on fucking YouTube. Fuck that bitch up. Fuck that bitch up. Fuck that bitch up.
I wanted to have his babies. I wanted to have his babies.
And they got the little kid with the wife beater on, just standing there watching.
Mama.
Mama. With a popsicle in his hand. Just like, yeah, another Tuesday.
I remember one time, man, I was working out with my buddy Jerome at the gym, and we got into this long discussion. God, I wish this is when I wish like it was a way to just record conversations, because we were talking about like fights happening in the street, and then all of a sudden it was just a random discussion, and the news shows up. Like, so something happens in your neighborhood, a fight or something, and the news shows up, and he goes, "Why the hell when the news shows up, they actually have intelligent people out there who could actually kind of tell you what happened?" He goes, "They go look for the asshole that's 28 years old, never finished high school, and is walking around with a binky in his mouth. And that's the asshole they decide to interview." And I was like, "Yeah, man, you might be on to something, man. They do that sometimes, don't they?" He goes, "This shit is stupid." He's like, "There's intelligent people in lower income neighborhoods, but they go talk to the idiot with the pacifier in his mouth."
So is World Star still a thing now that the guy died, or do you have to go to YouTube for this sort of?
I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure there's a Facebook page with stuff.
Yeah, and Instagram.
Send that website to mike.mills at something or other.
Sure. All right. Are we done making fun of this poor woman here?
I'm not making fun of her. I wanted to know what you thought of her.
Yeah, all right. What we didn't talk about, though, before we went to that match was Barry Windham cut a promo, and his head has got showing some signs of a belt sander, but I didn't have anything from the promo. Did you, Harper?
No.
Yeah.
Golly gee.
That was exactly a golly gee. So, which is
what a nice young man.
What a nice fella.
Hard to see what's coming when he cuts that golly gee promo. We got the Jive Tones, though, did start a match, and we got them against, they defeat Mike Jackson and Gary Royal. I don't have anything else from it. Doc, to you, before I go to their promo, which is getting played.
Oh, yeah, I like them, but let's hit that promo.
All right, so let me get it queued up. It's a few seconds away, but Shaska is Shaska's money here, man. Look at them. Look at them.
Jesus. These two sweaty bastards had to put their jackets back on. So that makes me think, what do those jackets smell like?
Hold on, Doc.
Cocoa butter?
Explain it.
Maybe.
Explain it.
Maybe.
Oh, let me get Harper. Harper, explain what Doc is trying to say, because he said they put their jackets back on.
I'm looking at Tiger's cummerbund.
Well, that's not Harper, explain. Now, remember, they just had a match, and they just pinned Mike Jackson and Gary Royal. Harper, what are they wearing now at the podium after the match?
They're wearing tuxedo jackets, a fucking top hat like the Monopoly guy, and they got ties on, and they got that
bow ties.
Yeah, they got bow ties on, and that shit from I used to wear for your prom. What the fuck you call that?
Cummerbund.
A cummerbund.
They got all that on.
Yeah.
So here's the $64,000 question, Mike. When these two Super Soul brothers roll out the arena, what kind of car would these two hop into?
So this has been a topic of discussion actually on the Facebook group the last few weeks. So I think it was Drew Miller who first asked it. Drew is a patron, so thank you, Drew, and thank you for being a faithful listener each and every week. Drew asked that question. He said, "I want to know the answer."
I've never been on that page, and you and I have not had that discussion. So me and Drew are out there hanging and banging, thinking the same things. So we've given Harper a little bit of time to think. But what are these two super upstanding pillars of the urban community going to hop into to drive to the next town, Harper?
A 1977 Eldorado.
Hard to argue with him each and every time.
That's it. Because you can't get one that's fucking too old. Because figure we're in 88,
okay.
Right?
So let me ask you a few more questions. Keeping in mind that these are territory wrestlers.
Yeah.
How many miles are on this 11-year-old vehicle?
Fuck. Oh God, 200,000.
Okay, that's exactly where I was thinking.
Yeah.
And what does the interior of this vehicle smell like?
Oh God. The cocoa butter, probably some beer spilled all over it. Fucking that fucking generic fucking the fake cologne.
Not Canoe. Remember Canoe?
No. That was a cologne.
He had to say cocoa butter. You're an asshole.
What?
You are such an asshole for that. You stereotype building motherfucker.
It keeps you from being ashy.
Oh. Why does that happen?
Because our skin is different.
No, it's not. Tell him, Mike.
It's the dirty little secret.
It's the same. It's just you can see
it shows up different. You can't see the ash on our white skin, our pink skin.
That's exactly it, man.
We're ashy too. We're ashy too. We're all ashy on the outside.
Man, I remember one time I was with a bunch of my friends and we were at a pool and one of them got out the pool and he after he had dried off, my other buddy looked at him and was like, "God damn, you so ashy, you look like a stone." His legs were so white from the ash, and then they were ribbing him. He's like, "Dude, you look like a stone figure, man." He's like, "Put some lotion on." He's like, "That's the chlorine, man." Oh, Jesus.
The chlorine.
All right,
that's it, right?
Yeah, these two guys are great with the suckers, and that just takes me back to Iceman. And let's hit it.
Yeah, we got to hear Shaska here in Tiger.
This now, the Jive Tones. What is this?
We just wanted to know that the Jive Tones, although we hit that ring moving and grooving to the great sounds of the Temptations, that don't mean that we don't take care of business. And I want you to know that we take care of business. First of all, we're talking about the great tag teams on the surrounding area. Everybody knows about the Midnight Express, but the Lightning Express, you belong to me. Oh, yeah. Dusty Rose, we ain't got about you, old brick face. And let me tell you something. Everybody knows that they love you. Grandmama, she love you. She wants you to come over there, cross the railroad tracks, and talk to you. But I'm going to tell you what. I ain't never liked you no way, Dusty Rose. And if my part is coming, you ain't never crossed these railroad tracks. And the thing about it is, your partner, I'm going to tell you what, Nikita Koloff, you better not come over there, because ain't no Russians allowed around where I come from. So, when we talk about tag teams, and I ain't going to forget them big, strong road warriors and nobody else. Ain't that right, Tiger?
That's right. But first of all, I want you to know one thing, David. It seems like you and that stooge, Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross, forgets about the Jive Tones reputation. You can remember everything else about everybody else, but when the Jive Tones get here, you seem like you get a little tongue-tied. But I want you to know one thing. Get ready, all you tag teams, because the Jive Tones is coming your way. Good things come to those who wait, and we ain't got nothing but time. And I got something else left for all of you suckers out there. I'm going to put some on you that you know but can't take it off. And Shaska, the way we've been going down these highways and flying on the airplane, tell them
We coming your way. Look one way or the other. We getting it together, baby. And we gonna whoop all of them. We ain't scared of no Dusty Rose and Nikita Superpowers or whoever. We can take your money to the bank. Now get that down.
Hey, coming your way next, the total package, Lex Luger.
Luger ain't topping that. That's all I got to say. Okay, Doc. Let's go back. What do you have from the promo when they first started off and they're shucking and jiving and it's some racist bullshit? Shit, we're about to play it. Here they go.
How different is that than what they had New Day do when they first came out? I mean,
Nothing.
times haven't changed.
That should be a gift.
Bruh, that should.
Mike, get on it.
Get on it, Mike. So, no, Army, get on it. So, here's the other thing. That promo was like backstage, Dusty said, all right, go out and be a stereotypical brothers. They just spewed it all, whooping suckers and temptations. But, man, I tell you what, they're entertaining. I'm entertained watching them.
We just did like 7 minutes on it, 8 minutes without even listening to the promo.
Yeah.
What's that tell you? It's entertaining. I mean, it's
entertaining. These two guys are workers. You can see it. I mean, shit, that dance they did proves it.
Yeah. Harper, what do you have that we haven't already talked about? Jesus Christ.
Now, I was thinking, speaking of people that look like they're from the news.
What?
What does that mean?
I mean, what you said about the kind of people you see like on the news. How they get the most, yeah.
Bro, down in the broke down ghetto, these two guys are the guys running shit.
Yeah, I know, huh?
They're not to put on the news. The kid on the news has a binky in his mouth, like Mike said. And his name is Tay Tay.
Look at his dance one more time, y'all.
There you go. Sugar pie, honey bunch.
You know, they pulled up at some red light looking at a couple of white broads in whatever vehicle Harper thinks. They looked over and did that dance in the front seat, too.
And it probably smells like fucking weed and shit.
Weed. Weed and Cheetos, and those two broads, Becky and Karen, just hit the gas and ran the red light.
They probably locked the doors on the car and just took off.
Since we're talking race relations, Mike's like that meme I just sent.
Oh, that's ridiculous what you just sent.
Yeah. So, man, these two guys deserve better. They're fun, man. They're a little out of shit. They're starting to both blow up. They both been eating the... Need to get on the diet here. I mean, shit, Pez dies early.
Does he?
You just muted yourself, you dipshit.
I did on purpose.
Okay. All right. So he must be telling his daughter or kid good night. I'm not sure which one. Let's keep going. We got Lex Luger. He defeats Alan Martin. We then go to a Lex Luger promo. And
yes, pal. My daughter walked in and she looked at the box of beers I have sitting here with a cooler in it. And she goes, "You have a bunch."
You're a shining example and a really good, I'm
parent. A pillar of the motherfucking community, son.
Okay. So Luger defeats Alan Martin. Then we go to a Luger promo, and Luger took a long time to say a few things. I thought it was effective. Yeah. He mentions how if the Horsemen want to jump people, that he and his crew with winning the thing will take.
It doesn't matter what he says, because JJ's getting ready to come out and push him in the hole he dug and bury his ass.
One thing I noticed
about
this promo is that when he gets out the ring, he's sweaty, but not like sweaty.
Right, look at him right there. He ain't sweaty. Look at him now.
Right. Okay. Now watch him as the promo goes. It's like someone hit him with a fucking fire hose. And they must got the fucking lights on him. Because right there you can see, look, he's sweaty, but like he just gets a towel. It doesn't look bad. But as this goes on, it gets worse and worse to where I think maybe he put baby oil on or something. It gets, just watch it.
We're watching.
Watch how sweaty he gets.
This is how effective Luger's promo was. we got the sound turned down, and we're watching him to see him start sweating. I can see it.
Yeah,
but we're about to see a master stroke. Because JJ's about to come out and literally bury Luger. I mean, bury him. Like, go home, son. You don't get paid for today, dude. He's starting to beat up there, but
what the fuck?
Crazy.
I know. I couldn't believe it. It's like he's got baby oil on him now.
And they haven't cut.
He was dry just a minute ago. This is like the front row at X-Rated when Harper walks by. All the chicks just get moist down there. Look at him. He's dripping.
He really is, man.
He's like a turkey cooked in the oven.
He's still got a minute to go too at this point, and he is.
So what's more pumped full of steroids at this point, Lex Luger or the turkey in your oven? Jesus,
dude, he was almost bone dry before that promo started, and now
it's gotta be the lights on him.
He was just under lights in that ring, though.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking, well, it didn't happen to Pez and what's his name? So why is he getting so fucking sweaty? Pez and them were fucking wearing fucking tuxedos.
This is one of the more remarkable things we've seen in almost 3 years. Two and a half.
Look at him.
I mean, he is. It's starting to drip.
He's starting to drip.
This is one of the most fascinating things we have ever witnessed on 2.5 years of doing this particular program. 4 years.
Stomach hurts.
4 years in total.
Look at his face.
Dude, he needs a towel.
He's dripping wet.
On his face? God. This is...
He went from bone dry... God. On Lex.
He looks like a human slip and slide now.
I mean, did he do like a line of cocaine and his heart rate accelerated, and that's what made him start sweating?
There's something else. He's not comfortable, is what it tells me. I don't know. Fuck him. Whatever.
Fuck him. That's nice, Doc. Really.
I don't know. I don't know the giants of wrestling.
I love how the guy who has no social media presence, no one can get in touch with him from the show.
We're just riffing on it, dude. He's wet.
Oh, okay. He's wet. He's wet.
How is that better?
All right. Well, Doc was talking a second ago about Ric Flair and JJ burying Lex. Let's go to that right now.
This is evisceration.
The franchise, the leader of the Horsemen, the world heavyweight champion, Ric Flair and JJ Dillon.
You know, I listened very intently to the comments made by the Total Package Lex Luger, and one thing, he said a lot of things, but there's one thing that really jumped out and leaped at me, and that's when he made the self-admission, when he looked right in the eyes of millions and millions of people sitting at home and said, you know, I really don't know how good Barry Windham and I are. And then the very next phrase he said, so we want to face Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson in some combination to find out how good we are. So Lex Luger has told you what we've been telling you, the Four Horsemen, all along, that the Four Horsemen are the true measuring stick of how everybody else stacks up.
You know, David Crockett, I've got to say one thing on behalf of Jim Ross. He seems to be the only one in the vast membership of Crockett Promotions that really understands what makes this sport go round and round. And that is the 3 championship belts that have world before them. Forget about those other belts. They're great to have. Everybody wants to say they had a belt in their lifetime, but very few people can walk out here and tell the whole world and have the credentials around their waist to say they were or they are the world heavyweight tag team or singles champion in this case. Now I heard Lex Luger come out here and try and tell the whole world how it hurt his heart, how he hurt for his family when he was a Horseman. how his integrity was ground down. Well, Luger, when you and me running from major hotel to major hotel with the best looking women in the world, making love all night long, I never heard you say, oh, my fam. I never heard you complaining. You woke up in the morning, you said, champ, this is the way of life, and I like it. Jet airplanes, limousines, good-looking women, lots of money, championship belts, and the life of the rich and famous. That's the Horseman. Now, Sting, you punk are running wild. You've had your day. You've run your mouth. You even made me, in a casual moment in my life, look a little embarrassed on national television. So, Sting, I'll tell you how it's going to be. And I don't care if it's Philadelphia, the Omni. I don't care if it's Los Angeles, Albuquerque, Richmond, Norfolk. I don't care where it is. Chicago, Illinois, maybe. You, pal, are going to have to deal with the best there is in this sport. You know, Barry Windham, Luger told everybody that he didn't know how good I was. Well, Luger, pull Barry Windham aside, pull Magnum TA aside, pull Dusty Rhodes and that outrageous ego of his aside, and ask him how good Ric Flair is. Ask him how good Arnold Tully are. The bottom line is, Luger, the bottom line, if for some God's unknown reason you or Sting or Barry Windham beat me for this tomorrow, it would be your first time around, and I'd win it back in a week. I've been here 5 times. I'm a man possessed with this sport. I work for the best promotion. Jim Crockett Promotions is the best. I work for him. I am, pal, I am the flagship of this sport. I'm the man that makes it go round and round. 5 times I've walked that aisle. 5 times I've bled and I've sweat and I've paid God's almighty price to be called the best in the world. So Sting, when you're running your mouth out here, when you're telling the world, you and Luger and Barry Windham, what you got planned for us, think about it, pal. Blood, broken bones, a letter to your family, no more money. Think about it, because sooner or later, all this is going to come to an end, and you're going to deal with me, Arnold Tully, at a very personal level. Woo.
Truly, the world's heavyweight champion. Listen, fans, think about a dream match.
Oh, I got to play this next segment.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. But do you think they handed him a script and said, here's an all-time classic promo for you, Rick?
Hell no.
Exactly. Dude, he finished the job that JJ started by saying we were out there banging broads and you loved it, so don't let me hear about your family paying God's almighty price. I'm a flagship. Won't you go ask Dusty and his big ego? What do you want, man? He just cut an all-timer.
Harper, it was pretty damn good. Harper, what do you have from it?
He's the flagship. He's the flagship of this sport. And when he says, yeah, you might win this the first time, but brother, I won this 5 times. I'll
win it back in a week.
Yeah.
That was strong. And that whole thing was strong.
I thought even when he started, not when he started, but he said, those other belts are great to have, but the 3 we have say world champion.
That's true.
Everybody wants to be a champ.
Unscripted. That's what you get when you unscript things, when you just let the talent cut their promos.
And here's the thing: would you let Rick balance your checkbook? No. But would you go out there and tell him to cut an all-time promo on a wrestling show in front of the whole country? You goddamn right you would.
Imagine, Dusty is just telling Rick, "Hey, talk about this," or not even that. I've heard Cornette say on the Experience many a times, the guys would listen to the other guys' promos.
That's what they did with Luger. JJ and Rick both just kneecapped Luger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was a little unfair. That's like picking on the handicapped.
It's like calling a double dribble on a special needs child.
Well, no, he's telling the truth. It's true.
That's not classy.
Well, it's not classy, but the point, he's trying to emphasize the point that Luger went out there and he cuts this almost 4-minute long promo. And then, so JJ and Rick, literally, because this is right after Luger, JJ and Rick are just standing right there. They're watching this whole thing that Luger says. And Rick's wheels are turning. Oh, I'm about to get this son of a gun. And that's exactly what they did. So all they did, it was basically a conversation. They heard what Luger said.
Okay, so here's the other piece of this that I don't know, but I wonder how it's planned. You got to figure that right about now, at this point in 88, word is starting to trickle around the back that we're not on exactly the steadiest of footing here as a company. Do you think?
I forget the timeline, but I think we're getting to that point.
Yeah.
So I just wonder when I hear some of this stuff, especially from a guy like Rick, and this is still in the wheelhouse for him of, the golden era. Is he trying to show Vince? Is he trying to save the company? Is he trying to do a little bit of both? Is he having fun? All of those things. What is the motivation for a promo like that? Because that shit was.
I don't think he needs that kind of motivation. Rick's can go out there and cut a good promo no matter what.
Well, yeah.
What do you think, Harper?
I just wonder what else is going through his head right there.
He's fucking perfect.
Okay. Anything else, Doc, before we keep going to this next segment we got to talk about?
No, we should go to that next segment, bro.
All right, so they go to this next segment, and I actually posted this on the Facebook group and on Twitter because this is just exceptional. They run this dream match segment where the winner gets to pick the dream match. This is insane. Also, the winner, grand prize winner, would get a VCR, a $15,000 electronic shopping spree, and a bike. And I just want to know who won this, but let's play it. Here it is.
Listen, fans, think about a dream match. Ric Flair against Sting, or the World Tag Team Champions against Barry Windham and Lex Luger. Listen, you'll see right now how you can pick your own dream match.
Everyone is in a panic to win the NWA Dream Match Sweepstakes because the winner gets to pick the match. Between now and the end of April, the NWA is giving away over 200 pair of British Knights athletic footwear. Look for the gold BK button to know you're getting genuine British Knights athletic footwear. And you're going to be on the move in style. Huffy style, that is, with thousands of dollars worth of bicycles to give away. That's 2 bikes a week for lucky NWA fans. And a VCR every week, so you can tape your favorite NWA match. Or maybe rerun your favorite vacation at Port Royal by the Sea, one of the most exotic resorts in the country. And then there's the grand prize, a trip for 2 to New York City, 5 days and 4 nights, where you will go on a $15,000 electronic shopping spree. That's right, a $15,000 electronic shopping spree in New York City. And on top of that, you pick the dream match. That's right, you pick the match of the year. Here's how you enter. On a 3x5 card, print your name, address, and phone number. Mail your entry to Dream Match Sweepstakes, NWA Box J, Keysville, New York, 12944. You must be at least 14 years old to win. Enter as often as you wish. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Winner drawn at random. Each entry must be received by March 28, 1988. For contest rules, send a stamped self-addressed envelope to the address on your screen. So enter and win.
That was some corny shit to get people's addresses so that they can send out.
Yep.
Okay, so I got
they can send out catalogs.
I got questions.
Uh-huh.
How many people do you think looked at it and said, New York?
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Which means they hired a an ad agency in New York to do this, which may be one of the reasons why we're hemorrhaging money and need to get bought out. But I was just trying to, piece all the puzzles together, if you know what I mean. Harper, you ever have any British nights?
Fuck no.
That's right. See,
we used to call those Burger Kings.
Right.
With the BK on the side.
Oh boy.
Nobody who ever got any pussy had any British nights. How about that? Yeah. Mike, did that look similar to your first VCR?
No, I didn't get a VCR till like 96 though, so.
Jesus Christ. Because that looked close to, them old VCRs, them first VCRs, you could pick them shits up and hit somebody with it.
Oh, yeah.
Kill them.
Remember the first ones when the thing would pop up from the top and you would put it in, you had to like close it?
The pneumatic arm, and you're like, come on, motherfucker, go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mike. White people stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess.
Can you imagine what would happen if that contest was on the up and up and they let marks book matches?
God.
You're a mark.
What was the match?
Would you let me book matches in the NWA in 1988?
I don't know. We'll have to monitor this. All I know is a VCR, 15,000, and electronics. Jesus.
Yeah.
Lord.
So, what is the Southern audience going to think about going to New York? And can we film that trip?
Yeah, really.
Jethro and his wife in the big city. There's a sitcom all by itself.
We're gonna go pick out a new TV. They gave us $15,000. We get one for grandma.
That's got to be like about 25 grand, man. I don't know how much that is. I don't have my.
That's a lot of goddamn money.
But that's not the point. It's not the money. It's how much electronics are cheap now compared to how they were back.
Right.
So that's apples. While you true it up with the inflation calculator, it's still not as much as it would be today when you could really, dude, give me $25,000. I'll reimagine this motherfucker.
Oh yeah, dude. You could probably redo your house and your fucking neighbor's house.
Man, you remember in Goodfellas when they moved into the new house and they had that gaudy retractable wall?
Yes.
That's what these motherfuckers are gonna buy.
For their fucking double wide in fucking Tupelo.
For two guys being from the South, because I kind of consider Dallas, Texas the South. Y'all just bury Southerners.
Well, if you can't, I can make fun of my brother, but I'd prefer that my ignorance back the fuck up.
Okay. Any other thoughts on the Dream Match segment?
We need to. You're right, though. You are right. We need to monitor this. I think the Better Business Bureau needs to get involved here.
Yeah, you should ask Cornette.
That's actually a good question. So do us a favor. Submit that to Corny's Drive-Thru. I think it's cornydrive-thru@gmail.com and hashtag cornydrive-thru on Twitter. And see if you can figure out who won the Dream Match in 88.
And I love when they put, you can enter as much times as you want, so we could make sure we got your fucking address.
These hillbillies will need a couple of chances to get their right return address on there.
Right. I hope you like getting catalogs, motherfucker, and when shit's coming to your town, you're gonna know.
You're an idiot. Okay.
And hey, Mike, you work with the producer for the Corny Show, so you ought to be able to make sure that everybody's questions get picked, right? It's your fault if they don't get selected, correct?
No, do not blame me. I have nothing to do with what questions get submitted, used.
I got a better idea. Why don't they send them to you, direct message, and then you could give them to Brian last?
You can blow me. No, I'm not. I got enough work to do. No. Okay? How's that sound?
And if I don't shut up, you're going to tell people my real last name.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I got a lot of info. I got a lot of information I could spill. Just remember that, buddy.
Kayfabe, brother.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's our boy right there. We missed Ricky Santana and Tommy Angel, but did we?
Oh God, dude! I was watching that match thinking, oh, look, it's like a Dollar Tree version of fucking Steamboat.
Okay. Ricky
Wouldn't
Santana.
that be a peso arbol?
That's nice.
You don't even know how to say tree in Spanish, you dumbass.
It's been a while.
It's arbol, you stupid son of a bitch. Okay. So we got Ricky Santana defeats Tommy Angel, and then Ricky Santana cuts a promo, which I have nothing from, and then we go. Oh, did you want to say something about it, Harper?
Oh,
he will never shoot a decent. If they say, look, Ricky, if you shoot a good promo, we will make you the champion, and you're gonna make $20 million. It would still be shit.
Is he worse than Tim Horner?
No.
I tell you, man, the promo out after this, man, I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, so let's keep going. Yes. Well, that's why I asked, because we got the Lightning Express up next, which is, of course, Horner and Brad Armstrong versus Curtis Thompson and Max MacGyver. And Lightning Express win, but are jumped after the match by the Sheepherders and Johnny Ace. And they were about to cut Horner's mullet. You heard that right. Because what is more disrespectful in the South in 1987? But they were about to cut Horner's mullet, but Brad Armstrong chased them off. With that said, and then I'm about to cut Horner's mullet. Let me go to the actual promo now with Horner, because we ain't heard. I don't know the last time we heard from Tim. Doc, do you remember?
Fuck.
Paul Mr.
Warndorf. Mr. Warndorf. I just posted that. I just posted that segment on our YouTube channel. tinyurl.com/BTT YouTube if you want to go relive it. I just posted it, and it's glorious because that was the promo where Harper said, my ears need a rape kit.
We're pretty good. We're pretty good at this podcasting thing, I gotta say.
Well, it took us a while, but I think we eventually got there.
It didn't take me any time. I can't help it if you just caught up.
No, I think once people realize we're just unprofessional and that's our thing, they kind of like, they enjoy it at that point. But anyway, let's go to Horner now. He's cutting a promo, and he's going to talk about how they tried to cut his mullet. Here it is.
The Sheepherders almost got you, Tim.
What's going on, David Crockett? What's going on? I'm not no animal. You know, the Sheepherders, they coming out here every day. And they go on to one side and the other, and they spitting and slobbering on one another. And they're talking about the USA. They downgrade everybody from the USA. Then you want to jump our backs. You want to come out here and throw me down like I'm a sheep and cheer me. And you didn't get the job done because my brother here was with me. And let me tell you something, Sheepherders. It ain't going to happen anytime that you want to jump on us. Just come straight out. We know your crew. We know the way you're coming now. We know you got that Johnny A swinging that flag, who happens to be a full-blooded American, swinging your flag. If your country's so good, go back to it. Nobody asked you to come here, but since you're here, you're going to have to deal with the Lightning Express. We know where you're coming from, and that's from the back door. So now the only thing is about Lightning. We're going to strike. And the funny thing about it is, Sheepherders, you don't know where or you don't know when it's going to strike.
What?
David Crockett, they come out here and they want to run down America.
Let's
to our
start
country,
talking.
They drive our
Come
cars.
on, cut it.
They eat our food.
It's time to jump in here.
Go ahead.
We've waited too long for our buddy Tim Horner. It's good to see that at the end he still has problems pronouncing words, but I gotta say something. That is clearly the most genuine emotion conveyed in a Tim Horner promo done well that we've ever seen. I'm not saying it's great, but I mean, he's hot. And he did say, if you don't love it, leave it, pretty much. That's probably got half of our audience excited.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to get political? It's not being political. I'm telling you. He said, here's what I don't understand. This is the part I really didn't get.
Who said anything about it being political?
I know you, man. Why'd you have to get political? I didn't
say nothing about it. I don't even think I don't think what you said was political.
Okay, so here's the thing. He goes, this is serious business. Bro, he gets half of his head cut anyway.
Yeah, just finish it off.
Right.
Well,
it ain't like...
I like when he said... they was about to shear me. They wanted to. Horner said they threw you down like I was a sheep. No, well, did Brad say that? I can't remember who said it, but I got it in my notes. They wanted to shear me like a sheep. What? Okay.
Well, we just played it, and it was Horner, and he said you wanted to shear me like a sheep.
Okay, there we go. My bad. I got it written down wrong in my notes then. I don't know. He was all right, but it's just Tim, you know.
Yeah, I mean they were doing him a favor.
That's a great point.
I mean they were like, look, you know,
excellent point.
We're trying to save you from yourself.
Right? They're like, dude, you got a job interview tomorrow. You got to cut that shit off. See, the fucking sheep herders are like trash bags, but they can just put their teeth in their mouth and they wear like decent clothes and they look fucking normal.
Right.
Tim's got that mullet on his head.
I can wear a long sleeve shirt and cover up this forearm tattoo.
Right.
Can't be a councilman without that mullet, right?
He ain't got it still. Come on, man. Those colors don't run.
All right.
What?
So we'll keep going. Rocky
Thunder Road.
Stop. Mike Rotunda defeats Rocky King as he's out there with Kevin Sullivan. What do they do with monkeys in Malaysia? Any thoughts on Mike Rotunda and Rocky King, Doc?
Not a lot. I like the fact that Rotunda does his little warm-ups before the match, but nothing big. We haven't seen Rocky in a while.
It was his mama's birthday.
That's nice. Very classy.
It was.
His mama's birthday. Okay. No. I'm saying. All right. I like listening to Kevin Sullivan. So we're going to listen to Sullivan here because, Doc.
Man, this show's
what do you think they do with monkeys in Malaysia?
Well, that's my.
Go ahead and say this show's taking a long time after you just
taking a long time.
15 minutes at the beginning. See, I told y'all earlier he was going to say this. He does this all the time. Doc gets blown up. When Doc gets to about the 1 hour and 15-minute mark, he gets blown up. He's like a freaking child. He can't go past that. It's like it starts messing with his functional ability to be a human being.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. I have a couple of beers and it's 8:38 in the evening. I'm starting to get a little drowsy because I'm
That's nice.
What do you think they do to monkeys in Malaysia? All right.
That makes one of my finer moments on this show, actually.
It was a great moment when the monkey hung himself.
That's
Let's go
nice.
to Sullivan out there with the Varsity Club right now.
The games, Master. And like they said, the Varsity Club.
Well, David, this is doom, destruction, and despair. You know, nothing has gotten as fast as the Varsity Club has wreaked havoc through the NWA. And I heard something the other day that almost made me laugh. In Nassau Coliseum, after Dusty Rhodes became the Bull of the Wood for the third time, and he was having a little victory party, and he had his friends in his dressing room.
What are you looking at?
I was walking by, and I heard Jimmy Garvin say to Dusty Rhodes, he said, Dusty, I'd like a shot at that Mike Rotunda in the Varsity Club because I'm sure I could beat him. And he said, why do you think they're so vicious? And before Rhodes could reply, that saphead blonde, Precious said, ugly people do ugly things. Well, Precious, let me tell you this. If you think Jimmy Garvin's so handsome and beauty is in the eye of the beholder, we're going to take Garvin and make him real ugly. You see, these guys don't even like each other. We don't like anybody. We don't like people that have U.S. titles. We don't like people that are driving long limousines. And last of all, I don't like somebody that is ruled by a woman, Jimmy Garvin. You understand that? You can make it real clear. Jimmy Garvin, you can't get in the Varsity Club any way you try. You don't measure up to the standards. Now, if you want to put, Garvin, make it real clear. Listen, if you want to put not your career and not your reputation, but your life on the line against the Varsity Club, I certainly wouldn't be this stupid because it's this way. in life, sometimes diseases come along and strike everybody, and nobody is safe. Garvin, nobody's safe now with the varsity club.
They better sit down and have a long talk before they want to jump on us, either one of us.
What do you think they do to monkeys in Malaysia, Doc? What do you got from Sullivan right there?
The one line that I thought really got me is, we don't even like each other. We don't like anybody. Love it.
Garvin.
That's some real heel work.
I don't like anyone ruled by a woman, Garvin. Harper, do you have anything from it?
Yeah, man, you can't trust a guy that's been ruled by a woman, right?
Yeah, man. What the hell's going on? What's wrong with the world?
What the fuck?
Right. All right. We'll keep going. Sting defeats Bob Riddle. And
good for him.
And then I know Doc got angry at Sting's promo.
Why?
Because you hate him.
That's right, the Stinger. Sting. Everybody saying, you're the man that's going to take Ric Flair down.
Well, I kind of feel that in my bones myself. Aren't we having fun out here today?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that fun? I thought it was fun, too.
You lost.
I got a question.
All right.
You seen Flair around today?
Yes.
You seen the Nature Boy?
Oh, yeah.
Where is he right now? He's out front. Where is he? Where's the Nature? Where is the Nature Boy? Anywhere. I think I know how I can find him. Hold on a second. I turned my back on him, you see? The Horseman and Flair kind of attract to turn backs like flies do to manure, you know what I'm saying? There's one major problem with that now, though, you see? Every time I turn my back, and that's why Flair and the Horseman didn't come out just now, because I got the total package. And I got Barry Windham right there, too. The best in the NWA on my side. Oh, I kind of love it. And every time I go through the airports, or through the malls, or anywhere that I might be, especially in the gym, which is where I spend most of my time, people say, you better watch out for the Horsemen because they're dangerous. You better watch out for Flair, he's dangerous. 5 times world champion. And he does that because he is good. Maybe he cheats every now and then, too. But you see, these people do bad things, the Horsemen and Flair. But danger's my business. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna climb up that long beak nose of Flair's, beat my chest a little bit, and tell him, "Ow! That's from the Stinger."
This guy is dangerous. Hey, let's.
Doc, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna switch this. Harper, when you go back now and you watch this week by week, and you have 2.5 years of this promotion in your back pocket, are you reassessing Sting's place in history at this point in time?
Yes, at this point in time. He's
not, I mean, athletically, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. The guy's a freak, and he's really, I mean, for being as early as in the business, he's pretty good in the ring for what this is. But he can't hold his own on the other on the mic work here at all.
No.
I mean, you said it, Mike. He got lost at the beginning. That's not a good outline.
I think I've said this before. You got to remember this about Sting. This is 1988. That whole surfer freaking skateboard type,
Cowabunga.
Yeah, type like thing kind of got going, and I think that Sting was also for the kids. He fit, and he was there for the kids in that generation of people who went through the Ocean Pacific and that type of thing, and that's what Sting was, and that's where he connected at that point in time.
Who's the Hulk Hogan look like in the ring right now?
Who's what?
Yeah,
run that back. Look at
that's Randy Hogan.
Is it?
Yeah,
that's exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We need to talk about that.
Okay, hold on. But what else?
I thought that was Scrappy McGround for a second.
No, that's what Doc is talking about after the Sting promo. The powers of see you're switching thoughts too quickly. But no, Sting was for the kids. Sting was a gimmick. I mean, he wasn't going to hold the.
What other parts of the show were for the kids? Was it when Hawk said that they were dirty bastards who were scumbags?
Well, no. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Or that Rick was out there saying when Luger and I were banging half of Chicago.
But no, Sting was for the kids, man. I mean, he wasn't gonna go out there and hold line for line promos with like people like Rick. That wasn't gonna happen. So it is what it is. So anyway, but what Doc's making fun of now is the powers of pain in there against Randy Hogan, Gene Miller, and I believe his name is Steve Atkinson. I can't remember. I didn't note it. And Doc is making fun. What do you want to tell him? What you're making fun of, Doc?
This guy looks like the huckster from the WWF cartoons in the 90s. And he's got the same Hogan hairstyle.
Hold on.
Mustache.
See if I can get a freeze on him.
This guy's... Dude! I didn't catch that the first time, but this guy looks like, I don't know.
How did you miss this bastard?
Because I fast-forwarded through this match.
He fast-forwarded.
This is quite funny because he looks like... That's funny.
That'll beat him with a leg drop. That'll be hilarious.
He's just tossing that poor bastard around the ring, man. He's out of there now. But the match goes on for a while too, dude.
Yeah, I know. I fast forwarded through the whole fucking thing.
I mean, they beat the piss out of these dudes, but it goes on for a very, very long time. Then they have their promo, but I don't have anything from it.
His real name is Randy Mule. In case you were wondering.
Okay.
He's 67 now.
Dude, he did other jobs in WCW. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You don't remember this dude, Doc?
I do, but I don't know why it just hit me tonight. He did open in 2010. He opened a restaurant in Lakeland, Florida, called Cedar Creek Seafood.
It just
hit how'd that work out?
Because he was drunk.
That's
why he hit him tonight. All right.
Okay. Yeah, apparently, he was on WCW as late as 1994, facing Vader on an episode of Worldwide.
Like I said, he was in WCW doing jobs. I remember it.
And it says here, at the signing ceremony of Hulk Hogan on June 11th, 94, he was cast as a reporter fielding questions to Hogan. That's funny.
That just tickles you, huh?
That's all right. Fuck you. Let's go. I'm done with the show. I'm ready.
Hey, we're almost
finished.
No, we're almost we're almost done. No, but I want to remind everyone, if you don't usually do so, please use our Amazon referral link. It's tinyurl.com/bttamazon. The show gets a little bit of support in return when you use it. So again, please use it. Give that link to the wives, girlfriends, hoes, and side pieces in your life. And tell them to use it. Again, it's tinyurl.com/bttamazon. You bookmark it, and please have them bookmark it. And every time you go to Amazon, please use it.
And hey. I need to clear something up here because you're wrong. It says here on his Wikipedia page, this was actually his debut match. So you need to. I deserve an apology. I haven't seen him yet.
Wait. Did I say we've seen him already? When I said that, I thought I was referring to like you've seen him in WCW.
I've seen him already in the future. How's that possible?
No, what I'm saying is we're watching this back. I'm saying you would have seen this poor bastard at some point.
Why is he a poor bastard? That's not classy.
Yeah.
Because they don't get a good close-up of him here, but when you see him in a good close-up and he's got that terrible hairdo and that Hogan Fu Manchu, it's
You're
as
just jealous
ridiculous
that you
as
didn't think of that so that you could get on national TV. You were stuck down doing mud crawfish boils in fucking Jasper, Tennessee or Jasper, Louisiana in 1998.
Bro, I wish they gave us a close-up of this bastard.
It's kind of better that they don't. Because it makes you
got
chase
that
it.
hairdo where the top is gone, the dome is gone, but he's got the horseshoe thing going on around it, and then he's got the Hogan stash.
And you know that every third word out of his mouth is brother.
Yeah.
You know, brother. Work for me, brother. There he is. Look at him. Look at that hairdo. Jesus Christ.
Jesus
look at it.
Christ. Look at that. Zoom in.
You think he showed up looking like that, or he like did? He's like, bro, I want to grow a fucking Fu Manchu, and I bet I could look like Hogan.
Here's the thing, guys. Hold on, I just hit the wrong button. God damn it. Okay, so here's the thing. That guy right there on the ring apron. I can't even get this out.
He's drunk.
No, I'm really not. He is 36 years old.
It's impossible.
It is. He is 36.
The dude's not 36 years old right there.
He will turn 37 in June 5th of this year, 1988.
Not a chance in hell. Harper, look at that dude. Does he look 36?
Fuck no.
Does Arn look what Arn is?
Fuck no. 36?
Look at the body, though. Look at the body, not the...
Doc, you're telling me this dude is almost 8 years younger than I am right now.
Right.
Look at that head and face.
That's the click of the screenshot that I'm about to send you. I'm just saying, man. Why would I make this up? What's my motivation to lie? I don't care. I hate this show. I don't care. We're in the hour number 2. You know I don't give a fuck about any of this anymore.
Okay. All right. Let's keep moving then. Any other thoughts on Randy Hogan here?
No, this is great.
You finally woke up as you were getting winded. All right. We then go to Paul Jones and the Powers of Pain. They cut a promo. Ivan was good. I don't have anything else. Harper, did you?
No. Did this ladder match actually take place?
Define. Wait, ladder match, or are we talking scaffolds?
Yeah,
it's a ladder match, right?
They said ladder, but I don't know if that's what they meant.
And the Powers of Pain aren't keen on scaffolds, pal.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna happen.
That,
so I'm gonna go with no.
They pull, these two pull the finish on that shit.
So I'm gonna go with no, Harper, but it could have. But I'm thinking they meant scaffold when they said ladder, and that didn't happen. So someone out there will tell us if we're wrong, though. We got the Sheep Herders cutting a promo. I don't have anything from it. Doc, do you? Whoa, mate.
No.
Ron Garvin and Jim Garvin then defeat the Red Raider and Joe Cruz. Ron Garvin, dear Lord have mercy, he gave
shoves his whole nuts up that guy's chin.
Poor old Red Raider.
That dude got both balls dipped into the back of his throat on that pin. There's really no other way to put it. I'm trying to get to a picture of it so that the Patreon folks can see it. But it is damn impressive.
Let me see if I can't snuggle these nuts up against your fucking chin, pal.
So he just knocked them out, and then wham! I mean, balls in cock. Doc is drunk. He's laughing uncontrollably.
No, I mean, look how.
I mean, look at that. Poor old Red Raider.
Bruh, Garvin's balls and dick are centimeters from this man's mouth. That's the ultimate right there. All right, Doc, what do you got? You're laughing. You never said anything else. You just laughed. What else you got?
No, seriously, in all seriousness, I mean, you're out there working with another man, and your bodies are rubbing up against each other. You know, you're grabbing people places, but you're putting on a performance. But Mike, at the end of the night, you're laying down for the 1, 2, 3, and that screen grab happens. I mean, what are you thinking as a wrestler at that point?
That's probably why he's wearing a mask.
Well, that's the upside of it. He does have a mask on.
Yeah, but it's still happening to you. It's still happening to you whether you're wearing a mask or not.
I took a lot of pins and looked up at a lot of lights, but I never had anyone do that.
No nutsack.
No, that wasn't part of it.
And so here's the other question that now I must ask after 2.5 years of watching him do this. I remember and this is going to be shameful for me, but I remember a Hogan Knows Best on VH1 where he told that little Tokyo Drifter son of his, Nick, back in the day, he would drink his raw eggs and then leave the eggs on his mustache so that when he went to go lock up, he could blow a rotten egg in his opponent's face.
That's gross.
Right. But there's some wrestlers I heard back in the day make sure that they were clean and make sure that they were, you know, hey, I'm working with somebody here. The least I could do is show some respect and come out, you know, showered and deodorant. And then there's the stories of some other guys here. Do we think it's possible that Ron Garvin is doing this as part of a rib, that his nuts are just the nastiest nuts on the circuit? This is the rib?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
hope not.
I don't think it's a rib. I think this is just Ronnie's thing, and yeah, that's not a rib.
Why don't you go to the next Comic-Con and tell him he's wrong for doing that?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I remember though explaining to Bo James like what this was all about, because like Bo doesn't listen to the show every week, but somebody he got a couple of tweets. Problem.
Yeah,
he got a couple of tweets about Ronnie, and he knows Ronnie Garvin well, and he got a couple of tweets about Ronnie handing out chin nuts. Bo in that Tennessee accent is like, man, what's this? I can't do a Bo James voice, but
no, that's not Bo James, you dirty bastard.
Yeah.
No.
What is this about Ronnie giving out chin nuts? I had to explain it to him. I was like, well, Bo, I mean, you've watched a lot of Ronnie's matches. You ever notice how he sits on the guy's chest and basically puts his balls on the dude's mouth? He just started laughing. And Bo's a clean dude. Like, you know, he doesn't curse and all that stuff. He's, you know, church going man. Good for him, you know, whatever floats your boat. And I just was like, you know, he's basically putting his cock, his balls on the man's mouth, you know, every time he pins him. He just kind of chuckled. So, yeah. I don't think it was a rib. I just think it was just the way he did it. He knocked the guy out, and his intent was to sit on the guy's chest. I don't think his intent was to give him a you know, sweaty balls. But with this guy, he's definitely got his balls on his chin. There's a Rudy Ray Moore Dolomite skit where I can't remember the exact.
What was that English? What did you just say?
What?
There's a Dolomite skit where Dolomite, he says, like, I don't know, some woman comes up to him. He's like, what does it mean? So I can't remember how it goes.
Are you talking about the one that's on the Chronic?
Yeah, it's something like that's it. I can't remember how it goes though, but it's something like, oh,
if I had some nuts on the wall, would they be walnuts?
Right.
And I'd say yes.
That's it.
And if I said he had some nuts on your chin, would they be chin nuts? I said, hell no, I bet you'd have a dick in your mouth.
Dick in your mouth.
Oh, fuck.
So that's what I always think of whenever I see Garvin do this pin. But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep.
I was a white kid that went to college in the 90s. Of course I understand the Chronic.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Bitch.
So real quick, after that match, we do get Jim and Ron Garvin, and Garvin basically tells Sullivan to keep his name out of his mouth, and there's not much else to it. Shane Douglas then comes out, and Douglas defeats George South with a sleeper. I wanted to make a point. At the match start, JR mentions that Douglas is 19 to 20 years old.
We got our late show blowjob alert coming on.
Over Harper's headset, yeah. JR mentions that Douglas is 19 to 20 years old here. That's not technically true. JR is off by about 3 or 4 years. Douglas is 23 right here. He was born November of 64, so he's 23 at this point, not 19 or 20, as JR said. Not that it's a big difference, but just pointed that out. And then, with that said, Doc, do you have anything before I go to Shane's rather quick promo at the end of the episode?
I just saw Shane putting him to sleep with the sleeper, and I was just hoping that in a couple of sweet short weeks down in New Orleans, Louisiana, you meet the same fate.
Let's go to Douglas now.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be back in the National Wrestling
How did
Alliance
you
because this is
12?
the proving grounds of professional wrestling. And what I want to say is there's a lot of young talent here. I mean, like Sting, Lex Luger, Barry Windham, they're all talking about shooting straight to the top. And that's true. Those are the best there is. But why not Shane Douglas? I'd like a shot at that title as well. It'd be a good feeling to be the youngest world champion ever. I'd like it.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week on World Championship.
See, if you knew how to cut a promo, you'd have said, and Shane Douglas puts him to sleep, but that's okay. He's been putting people to sleep in wrestling rings for years.
So, that's nice.
I'm a big franchise fan. Harper, hit the music.
Do you remember my name?
As I flow through your life.
Yeah.
1,000 warriors I have known.
Do you
Doc,
remember?
Doc, you've been listening to JR show recently. Have you heard JR tell the Jim Barnett, Shane Douglas story?
Yeah, that he went around, they told Barnett he had a horse cock.
JR. So Barnett liked Douglas because, blonde hair, blue eyes, young
And dude,
kid.
and there's no kid mistaken here. This is the epitome in visual form of a white meat baby face.
Yes.
Yeah. And so Barnett's like, oh, JR, tell me about Douglas. And JR's like ribs Jim Barnett and goes, oh my God, Jim, he's hung like a horse. He goes, oh my boy.
Jesus Christ.
I gotta say, it's kind of entertaining when JR says that. It's just, but I wanted to mention that. So JR playing a rib on Jim Barnett, talking about he's hung like a horse, and Barnett getting all aroused.
The franchise.
All right, Doc, we've been going a long time. That was how the show closed out. They literally go from that until the closing credits. So this thing basically ends up like this. I know you got to get going, so I need you to rate it and give me your Rolex. I already know.
Oh, I can do all of that. It was a 91-minute episode, so F-.
Yeah.
Right.
When does Brave season start? Are they in spring training yet? Jesus.
It's in February, right?
Yeah, we still got a couple of months. No, this was a decent episode. There's lots of different stuff, and once again, as always, when the three of us get together and start chopping it up, I start enjoying it even more. There's some good stuff here, some stuff I missed, but that we all picked up, like Randy Hogan. I'm gonna say A-.
Oh wow.
What you got, Harper?
A B-.
Jesus Christ, who hates wrestling?
I mean, I'm just saying it was all right. You had the Rick promo and Stan.
Doc, what you got? I mean, well, you said it. You said, what'd you say, Doc?
Who's drunk now, asshole?
No, I mean, you said A-. Harper said B-, right?
Yeah. What'd you say?
I'm going to have to go with an A. I thought this episode was good. I mean,
Harper's drunk now. What's wrong with everybody being drunk?
And I'm going to give Rick. I'm going to give Rick the Rolex, and I don't think it's in question. But Harper, who are you giving yours to?
It's got to be Rick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Doc, what about you?
Our Stan's shoulder.
Boy, that felt like there was 3 years ago. We gone so long tonight. Yeah, Doc, who are you giving yours to?
Man, I would have said in the first 2 or 3 minutes it'd be hard for somebody to wrestle it away from Stan Lane, but boy, Rick did it. Rick gets the Rolex. The master is still the master. The student is still the student. I was running on the treadmill when Stan Lane started his nonsense, and I was in the first couple of minutes because it was in the first couple of minutes of the show, so I was running hard still, getting after it. I damn near fell off laughing at that motherfucker, but it's got to be Rick, because Rick started talking about flagships and just paying God's almighty price. Jesus Christ. I am the flagship.
Amen. Oh, man. Good stuff. All right. So, Doc, you got anything else?
Well, I just want to say, I think that will it be just before the X-rated show when this comes out, or will it have already happened? Have we been pimping the show?
I plugged X-rated because this is going to drop on the 13th, and X-rated is on June 22nd.
So y'all need to take y'all's asses down to New Orleans and meet the Menace, and just really what the Menace really likes more than anybody else, anything else, is for people to really just talk to him a lot. He really enjoys engaging in in-depth conversations. Doesn't matter the topic. It really doesn't. He just loves to talk. And really, more than that, he loves to listen. So if you get down there, Nola, just really make sure that you get to spend some real quality time. And if he starts looking around or trying to step away, just remind him that you're a patron and you paid for the privilege.
That's right.
You're trying to be funny, but I'll be fine. My wife is the one Sasha's the one who's going to be like, oh my God.
Well, she's going to be nervous around all those white people anyway.
That's nice, Doc.
Yeah, she's going to hate it.
She hates wrestling. She hates you. See? She's not going to like her listeners.
I'm figuring like Tim Maselli, and I said that like that on purpose because Harper can never say his name. Tim Morecci. I think he's bringing his woman down, so it's going to be more than just one. So I'm sure, maybe they'll strike up a conversation.
Y'all going to have a little after-party mixed tag action? Or
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, bro. I mean, seriously?
That's nice.
Really?
Are you gonna get in the ring and run the ropes for the people?
Harper's the one who's going to be in high demand, man. I'm just an outlaw mud show idiot, man. Harper's going to be the one everybody's going to want to take a picture with. And
you need to get you got a heavy inventory of those shirts?
Yeah, I got a whole box of them.
There you go, pal. You can sign them for people. How stupid is that? Let me sign a shirt.
Yeah, I know, huh? I've always wondered that. I was like, so what, you going to wear this with my signature? I was like, what are you, fucking 10 years old?
Some people do that, Harper. Why are you making fun of them?
I'm just saying.
Charge them extra, man. The rock and roll once sold a ripped up bed sheet, man. Come on.
Sons of bitches cut up a flat sheet and sold those as bandanas.
Make money, make money, make.
All right, Doc. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, go out and see the BTT boys minus the superstar down at X-Rated, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Do that. We'll have a lot of fun. It's from the time this drops, it's a week and 2 days away. But come out to X-Rated in New Orleans. Go to wildcatsports.com for more info, or Wildcat Sports and Entertainment on Facebook for the address and everything. It's at the Shamrock Bar in New Orleans, though. Saturday night, June 22nd.
You get there early.
Yes, 7 p.m. bell time.
But
get there early. Because of the parking situation at that place.
Yeah.
Remember, if you want more content and you enjoy us and you want to keep help support this show, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT is a great way to do so. You get tons of Patreon shows. And also you can support us by going to tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Give that link to the wives and girlfriends and everyone in your family and tell them to save it and use it every time they shop on Amazon. It's really not that hard. You don't have to spend anything extra. The show just gets some support in return. So, all right, Harper. I don't have anything else, man. If you want to hit the tagline, get us out of here, bud.
Fuck it, bitch.
Hey, before we get out of here, I want to say a special shout out to all of the patrons out there. Thank you for your patronage. We appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who's bumped up to the $5 tier recently to get not only the Jim Crockett promotions pay-per-views that we've posted. So far, we've only gotten to the Bunkhouse Stampede, but also the extra shows or the request shows that we get for our $7 tier and above. You actually, you get them on the $5 tier as well. So we dropped a bunch of stuff, whether it's AWA, ECW. We got the new ECW show with Mike Prue and JV. So hopefully you're enjoying that as they do their watch-alongs to ECW. Thank you, Mark, for the Continental recommendation recently that we've done. Jesse, we did your AWA show. So all of those are available on the $5 tier. So thank you very much. And then a special shout out before I get out of here to the Hall of Fame patrons out there. A bunch of new ones recently. So thank you. Robbie Dyson, Rick Beebe, Brad Dunifin, Tom Schlegel, Coach Joey Chase, a.k.a. Willie Chase, Steve Mall, LaRon Brown, Kenny Byersdorf, Glenn Abbott, at GA WrestleNut, Bobby Murray, Marlon Mueller, at Half Pints Point, Josh Warren, Everett Starr, Mike Childry, Kyle Riley, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie. You three guys are our super duper Hall of Famers and our big time Patreon supporters, so thank you very much. Craig Norman, Johnny on Patreon, the great John Dean, at YRC21, Josh Dunn, at Ryan in Auburn, good old Justin, Robert Smith, Joseph Ice, Tim Moretti, Adam Price, Brian Evans, Mark Wilson, Armando Martinez, David Jordan, Jesse Jacobs, Josh Fields, Chris Myers, Gerald Green, Mitchell Johnson, Mike Prue, Will Parker, Jeremy Bryant, Classy Alex, Slider 91 US, David DeVries, Frog Zeppelin, SV Pageant, Bill Salsa, Big Rich, at Spy Boy Sports Cap, R.E. Miller 39, Dustin Roberts, Jay Shiny, Ruben Espinoza, Merciless Jones, Jesse Lucas, Chris Browning, Justin _Andretti, Codeman822, Marty Howell, T-Hog94, and Godbull Unreal. Thank you for being Hall of Fame patrons. Really appreciate your support. And like I said, check out the new show that's dropping every 2 weeks, which is with Mike Prue and JV. They've joined the BTT community, and they're doing a show on ECW, and they're doing a watch-along format, and they're trying to play some audio in the background, so hopefully you're enjoying it. Send the feedback to them as well. They give their, Twitter and everything, and also the Twitter is on the post that I have on Patreon. So hopefully you're enjoying it. It's a good little show, and they are enjoying going through the bad parts of ECW in that very beginning. So check them out, and then you can also check out their episodes called the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast that both of them are doing, where they are covering the WWE career of Stone Cold Steve Austin month by month on a weekly basis. So make sure you check them out there. Send them their feedback. If you want to send them feedback on the, whether it's the Bottom Line Cast or the ECW show, just send it to @BottomLineCast on Twitter. They're also on Twitter at ECW Extreme Livecast. I can't remember the exact at this moment, but check it out, and hopefully you guys are enjoying all of that Patreon content. We really did have a great month in May. May was a fantastic month. I want to say there was, off the top of my head, 11 or 12 Patreon episodes. So thank you very much. And that doesn't include the video reviews. That's just the audio stuff that we dropped. It was a lot more with the video stuff. Now, I know the video stuff is duplicates of the audio, but at least you get the video too and the visual of it. Anyway, this is Mike. And for Doc and Harper, who are not here and already said goodbye, I just wanted to say thank you to all the patrons and the Hall of Fame patrons. You guys have a great night, and book it, bitch.